Let's do today's Minute Cryptic. Today, our clue reads, Dictator's hasty, ranting from time to time. And we're looking for a 6-lettered word. So this feels like one of those clues where it feels like it's going to be fairly simple, especially knowing that it's 2-par. But there's a lot going on underneath it. And to me, these are one of those clues that are confusing. I feel like I see a lot of indicators and not enough fodder. Well, I think they can account for the fodder and the definition, at least. Let me talk you through what I mean. My first thought is whenever there's a word with an apostrophe S, I feel like we need to do something with this. So my first thought is that dictator is our fodder, and we need to do something near it. Hasty, perhaps that's part of the fodder too, but that gives me anagram indicator vibe, something fast, you're sort of doing something so hurriedly that you're mixing things up. But if we were to anagram dictator, we will get an 8-lettered word if we don't subtract or take away something from it. And if you do it quickly, you should be able to see it quickly. I don't really see anything there. We go on to the next part of the clue, ranting. Ranting is sort of like a oral indicator where you need to say it out loud, or a homophone indicator, I should say. But if you say hasty, do we get, or does this evoke another word sense? Do we find a homophone? Dictator? Even from time to time, are we really saying anything? Perhaps not. So, though on the surface it looks like it could be an indicator, homophone indicator, is it really? I'm unsure about that. Then, from time to time, if dictator is the fodder, then we're looking for our definition to be on the other side. The other side, it could be time, but it could also be from time to time. If it was just time, we could be thinking of words like clocks, watches, moments, years. So there's a lot of, different words that could be there. But if we're going from time to time, then we could be thinking occasional, momentary, sometimes. So these are all words that, our answer could be, for example. But it doesn't seem to be that on the surface because I can't see what we're doing with dictator to get one of these words. And there is no deletion indicator, so I don't think that's quite correct. So we have to consider an alternative. So I'm just going to take all of this and just move it onto the side, just in case I might come back to it. But if we go the other way around and we think that the definition is dictator, which is really confusing, but hang on for a minute, because I feel like time to time is more likely to be an indicator in the sense it's occasional. So it's a selection indicator. We're selecting something from time to time, so sometimes, or perhaps every second letter, every first letter, or even a hidden indicator, perhaps. I think that's our indicator for today. So that's more by process of elimination. I'm like, okay, dictator might be our definition. And there's very few words that can really mean dictator. Who can be a dictator? A leader, for example. That's somebody who is a dictator, albeit not a really good one, or some may say at least. President, minister, person, ruler, autocrat. So there's a lot of words, but we need to think outside the box. And that would basically mean that hasty ranting from is our fodder, which actually makes a lot of sense, because why would you want to say hasty when you could have just said dictators ranting from time to time or a dictator's speaking from time to time? So it makes sense when you think about it in this situation that it's likely to be our fodder. If we're going to try and find out what time to time means now. So let's go with the first letter of each. We need 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 letters. So it's unlikely to be the second and first, because then we'd end up with 8 letters. But actually, and this is kind of not how I've done it, but I can actually see another word for dictator here, which is tyrant. So all along, after doing all that, this is actually a hidden clue. Another word for dictator is tyrant, of course. But why is it meaning time to time? It's because it starts and ends with T. So time to time can be a substitution from T to T. And we're going from T to T in our fodder, from tyrant, from the T at the beginning to the end of the T. End of tyrant, T. So I think, I know I've talked a lot, and I'm glad that we went through this, but this was quite a difficult one for me. Maybe because I'm overthinking it. But I'm surprised it's not more par. Let's just check it. And we're correct. After all that, let me know how you guys found this.